I want you to join me on this, okay? Let's all take a couple minutes. If you guys have time, if you're at work, maybe you can maybe sit this one out. But let's do a quick self-assessment, okay? And this is actually harder than I thought because before the stream, put down some things about myself that you know, such as my strengths, what I feel like I'm above average at, because not necessarily my strengths, but what I feel like I'm better than other people, the average player at. What I work on the most, what I need to work on, stuff like this, right? And the self-assessment is based on how you feel about yourself relative to whatever you feel is appropriate. So our gauges are not going to be the same, you know? I feel like I naturally judge my... I assess myself based on how the average high-level player in my mind is. So like I compare myself to, you know, NL and Sandbag. When I think about how well I'm doing as an Akuma player, I base myself on the best Akumas. Like, okay, compared to Sandbag and compared to NL, I don't say Tokido to me is on another level, so I don't really compare myself to him. But I feel like Sandbag is attainable, like that level of skill is attainable. Whereas Tokido, I would have to, like, you know, give up my everything to be like that. So that's how I look at that. And, you know, when I think about my strengths, I couldn't come up with much as far as like what I feel like is better than maybe the average high-level player. I feel like my character knowledge is good, and I feel like my execution is good. But if you are a loyalist, then your character knowledge is generally going to be good, and your execution is going to be good. So I really don't feel like I stand out on that regard. And then as far as what I feel like I'm above average in, like my matchup knowledge, offense, and defense are all just above average if you just want like the average player. But again, there's nothing particularly good about my defense or nothing particularly good about my offense, in my opinion. Just when I'm gauging myself based on like the highest, not the highest, but near highest level players. And what I work on the most is my attentiveness, my foresight, and my optimization. My foresight, you know, I try to really think ahead more. So that's what I've been working on the most, is trying to think more ahead of time. And optimization, of course, like just now, for example, I tried to do a big boy combo on Alex. I don't work on that as much, but I tried to apply it there. It's just wrong. What I need to work on is particular situational awareness, and continue to work on my attentiveness. Situational awareness is more easily developed. You don't need to hash out every situation in training mode, but it definitely saves you time instead of waiting for the next time you run into a Fang and don't know what to do when he hard knocks down, sweep into V-trigger, like that sort of thing. You can actually save some time by going to the lab and just going over it a million times. Because if you are looking to be a high-level competitive player, saving time is actually a big deal, because you say what the rush is. Well, the rush is a game doesn't have a permanent lifespan. So, you know, the top-level players were already a lot of the top-level players were already the top-level players by the 3rd year. So it's, you know, like we're having, like, who's an upper-coming after the 3rd year, would you say? Punk had already shined. Oh, well. Infectious? All these guys I'm thinking about have been around, you know, like Kaba. I'm trying to think of like a more regional. There's that, it's hard to say. Gachi-kun? Gachi-kun was always good, but then it wasn't until Season 3 where he started to really up his game, right? John Takeuchi. I think Zaffarino, Rob TV, and Shine would grow so much if there was regular. I mean, Shine is, to me, Shine is not in that same group. And Rob TV, like, I think Rob TV and Shine are similar skill levels, but I feel like Shine is not quite. I think he's just a little bit more consistent. Like, does Shine ever lose in pools? It's rare. Zaffarino, I keep going back and forth on how I feel about, because I judge people based on how I feel about myself. So I feel like Rob TV is better than me, but I feel like Shine is way better than me. So that's why I base it on. And I feel like Zaffarino and I are on the same. I'll probably get some hate for this, but I don't feel like Zaffarino is out of my skill level. I don't think that. I might be wrong, but I feel like we're on the same wavelength. I could be wrong. But Sanford says Shine is a lot better than Rob TV. Yeah, I feel like Shine is the best of those. I'm not gonna say a lot better, but I feel like in a first attempt it would be close. You know. Shine is at or literally right behind Idam's skill level. Yeah, Shine's really good, man. You're right. He's good. Shine beat Rob 10-3 just last month. Damn. Okay. All right. Fair. Okay. I'm not gonna argue with it. Like I said, I feel like I said Shine's not in that group, in my opinion. So I just didn't think he was well out of that group. I guess that's your point. Is you think he's well beyond that group? Which I have to agree. Yeah, Shine's adaptation is crazy. When I played him, the thing I recognized the most was how fast he adapted. And that's what it takes to get far in tournaments. You have to adapt quickly. You don't get to like give up games and try to figure out the situation. You immediately adapt, you know? Oh, he's doing this. I have to immediately. This is how he's playing. Okay, I gotta go directly like this. How do we get on this topic? Oh yeah, Mag. We're talking about self-assessment. That's how we got. I don't know how Zaffarino got and Rob TV and Shine got on this. How is that? Oh, we're talking about people who have been on the up and cup after season 3. Because I said. I was talking about how if you want to be a competitive player, you do kind of have to rush a little bit, and by rushing, that's saving time. And by saving time, I mean doing more training mode and not just learning by grind the whole time. It's to save time. You could just wait for the moments that you run into this situation on in a match, or you can go in training mode and kind of hash it out yourself. You know, one takes way longer than the other. So. But who has really shined after season 3 and not at all before that, you know? Strider? No, I think Strider might have been in the first Capcom Cup. Or second. Ah, Takamura. Takamura has completely ascended. Angry Bird, yeah, good one. I think Angry Bird and Takamura are the two who you could really see the ascension throughout Street Fighter V. Knuckle Dude was always strong. Punk was always strong. Punk was strong like right away. Well, not right away, but Machobo, okay, that's a fair one too. Although, yeah, there's also players like Ryusei, who hasn't, Johnny, those guys. But I think Takamura, is crazy, dude. Nephew, I think he was pretty strong early on. You know who totally fell off? I was looking forward to this guy being good in this game. BJ Unchained. Whatever happened to him? I still feel like Infiltration would be in this discussion if the case didn't happen and was gone for a year. Infiltration is, in my opinion, he would be the best. In my opinion. Or like top 3. Nephew got way better, I think, this year. I'm basically Akuma if he was on steroids, Notorious Gamer suggests. Actually, NL too. NL won Combo Breaker 2017 or 18. I can't remember which one. But NL was a nobody before that. He was a nobody before that. Or maybe he was a good player, but I didn't know about him. And I didn't even like him because he was a Cammy player. I'm like, fuck. Who cares about NL? Nephew lives with Punk. Of course, he got way better. Damn, I want to live with Punk. Just imagine Punk, you're able to play Punk all the time. Like offline sets at the house. First of 50s. I've had a very slow, gradual increase. I've never plateaued. I've always kind of like a very gradual, very gradual. Because I'm not a rushy type player, as in like my goals aren't rushed. I'm not trying to hit this right now or hit this right now. So I just feel like like by the end of this game, I'd like to be good. How much time do I have left? Like a year or two? But I'm kind of like in the long haul, where I'm looking forward to Street Fighter 6 in the future. It makes me wonder, when Street Fighter 6 come out, will I step up my game? Like, okay, this is my opportunity to really start training smart, yada yada yada. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, oh, when this happens, then I'm gonna start doing this. But I can't help but think that, you know, I still don't train as smart as I would like, but at least I. Yeah, exactly, Mag. Should be doing it now. Right. Again, I don't have that fire in my belly right now. You know what I mean? I was watching, what's his name? Narikun, the Ibuki player. I was watching him stream, and he was just practicing the same fucking situation the whole time I was watching. Like Urien activating in the corner on Wake Up. I'm like, okay. And he just sat there and practiced it over and over and over and over. Like, that's the kind of stuff that matters in tournaments, especially. It's just automatic. Boop. Oh, he's a wake up Aegis in the corner. Boop. Wake up headbutt in the corner. Boop. When you don't hash things out in training mode, you improvise a lot more, and that leaves more room for inconsistencies, which is one of my biggest problems. Feel free in the chat to do your own self-assessment. You know, like, what do you, when you really sit there and think about your strengths, like, what do you find yourself above average at in your category? You know, like in your peer group. I feel like I don't have anything. I feel like my offense is my strongest trait, and I don't even really. I think when I'm hyper aware, when I'm hyper focused, and I'm in a matchup that I know, that's where I'm the best. When I'm really dialed in and I'm in a matchup where I'm really, when I play the match and it's really experienced matchup, I feel like that's my best. I think I have really good whip punishing and good reads. I haven't played you in so long, Mag. Like, I played your sim, but I just feel like I'm not able to really see you totally as a player with sim. Mag's birdie just makes you hesitate. That's a good strength to have. Hesitation screws up everything. Your confirms, your normals, your jump-ins. Wow. What the hell? Look who just dropped in the chat. I can't remember your name, bruh. Carlos? And you still type the same. For me, I think I almost have too much to work on. I think a bad fireball is buffering moves in the wrong spots, teching way too often. I think I understand neutral overall better than people on my level, but I have so many bad habits. Yeah. I actually don't transition my thinking enough to where this is a spot where I should be looking for this. I keep my eye on the same topic for I can't cycle my attention that much. Like, oh, I should be waiting for the whip punish. Oh, I should be looking for the hit confirm. Oh, I should be. And this is where I should be pushing. This is where I should not be pushing. I can't really cycle the one, so I keep my, like, you guys know, one good thing. Or not good thing, but one thing I can notice right away. Actually, Spriggan might have noticed this, or a lot of you guys might notice this if you watch a lot. Once I look for a hit confirm, I stick on it for a while. It's like, okay, I'm gonna use a crouch medium kick. I'm gonna use it again and again until I get that hit confirm. Because like I don't go from hit confirm to now looking for a whip punish, or hit confirm looking to press forward, or hit confirm into like reassess. I just do hit confirm and then I immediately go for another crouch medium kick to keep looking for the confirm. So it's now my brain's in confirm mode. You know, I have to use all my attention. That's the thing about Akuma. I can't speak on other characters, but that Akuma, you need to be 100% focused on whatever you're working on, looking at. So I can't hit confirm crouch medium kick if I'm also thinking about my spacing and my whip punishing and my just neutral in general. It's got to be like I gotta hone in on the crouch medium kick. That's why, as an Akuma player, you do situations like crouch light kick, stand light punch, crouch medium kick, because that whole string you can confirm it. So you're just looking for like this triangle effect. But I need to. The more I play, I feel like the more I think, the more I'll be able to cycle these things. I've started to read my notes in between rounds so I don't tunnel vision. Yeah, actually earlier, Kevin Malone, I forgot about V-reversaling versus the Sagat player in the first game, and then I started V-reversaling and I won. Even though it was hard, I still remembered in the middle of it, V-reversal, and then I won. So I'm starting to think more often, for sure, which is good. That was like an immediate adaptation, not based on the player, but the character. Or rather, just like, it's a tool that I know would be working on him, and it was working perfectly. I'm getting better at accepting advice, for sure. From certain people. So some people, it's still hard for me to take the advice. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm particularly good at. I think the one thing I know I'm good at is if someone asks me a question related to Akuma, I think I have literally all the answers, or like 99% of things you can ask me about Akuma. I think I got it dialed in. You know? Yeah, I wouldn't ask BDN for anything. I would be drowning and he would throw me a floaty and I would flick it away. Don't help me, bitch. One thing I think would help with your focus is labbing more, but that goes back to your motivation. Yeah, I mean, what I should be doing is playing on stream for less time, like maybe do 5-hour streams, and then at least spend 1 hour a day just practicing the boring stuff off stream or something like that. Like kind of easing into dividing my time a little bit more. Maybe I should only do 5-hour streams. What do you guys think about that? Since we're always talking about that last hour kills me anyway, you know? I Am Stone says, I would say you could do the labbing on stream and I'd be okay with that, but I know it'd be really easy to get distracted. It's not just that. I think some people would find that boring. And the thing is, you have all the footage right there to go to. You know what I could do, Mag,
is take little notes during my stream. Oh, this is an awesome idea. Take a little note every time something stupid happens or something I don't like or I don't approve of, and jot it down right there. That's a wonderful idea. Maybe I'll start doing that. Maybe that's the tech. I don't think my streams need to be 6 hours long. It's just like I know that. I mean, just an hour a day in labbing would be good, right? Like that would be a plus to my current game plan. 1 hour of labbing is more than a lot of people do. It's a good idea. Do you want to be a lab monster? I don't think you need to be a lab monster in this game. I think you just need to hash out situations you're not aware of. I think that's the only thing you need to do. I really don't think you need to sit there and lab everything out all the time. I think if you know what to work on, you just can focus in on that time. I'm telling you, these pro players, a lot of these guys don't do that much time in the lab. I don't know if they tell us that, but these guys don't lab that much. Especially these people who just are fundamentally sound in the game, they don't lab that much. I would be surprised if a lot of these guys did 7 hours a week of labbing. Kami says in the most articulate English I think I've ever read, I don't really think about times when it comes to labbing. Just take a few minutes every time a new situation comes up. Some people I know will just lab in between matches. Yeah. But I think if you were to spend a whole hour like dedicated to just labbing out the situations in which you were not familiar with. I can even mark my stream. Oh, let me open this up real quick. That's what I need stream markers for, not for making highlight reels, but for just going back like, what was the problem with that again? Oh yeah, let me check this out. I want to hit people. Just a kid, be completely honest with me. This is for the growth of the community. How many hours a week do you spend in the lab? Be real, brother. You don't have to prove to be something you're not. Admit it. 4 minutes a week. 4 minutes a week. I need one more follower until 1400, guys. Let's go. Unfollowing. Thanks.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, we're just talking about me cutting off an hour of my stream to get a little bit of lab work done every day. That's what Meg recommends. And Meg's basically my coach at this point. He doesn't. I don't know if he's aware, but that's just how it is. Dad. He's my dad and my coach, which is really weird, but actually very common. Isn't BDN my Sitchin coach? BDN is my, he's closer to my, my Misty. Yeah, he's like my Misty. Pretty excited about that. And if I can just stick to that, I feel like that would help me out a lot. Get the right amount of talking about the game. I also need to start bringing people on this stream to talk, but I think a lot of you guys are at work is the thing, so a lot of times I want to have these topics done with other people, like, you know, like hash things out with people. But a lot of you guys are working when I'm streaming, or I don't want your opinion or something like that. What's up, Dan? If you ever do a weekend stream, I could do something then, yeah. Demon Dan. All right, let's deviate from that for a second. Risk and reward. I could have swore I've talked about this before. This is such a crucial subject that it's amazing that I haven't talked about this on my topics yet. And maybe that's because I don't feel like I'm well versed. I haven't thought about this enough to feel like I can talk about it. However, let me turn this down just a little bit. Risk and reward, what is the first thing that you think about when you think about a risk reward situation? If you're like me, the first thing you think about, just the most basic risk reward situation, is the wake up DP. For me, like, the ultimate risk reward is something like a wake up DP, where if it works, you get the person off of you, their offense is completely stopped, it takes decent damage, and everything is reset. However, if it drops, depending on the amount of resources and the position of the screen, all this stuff, it could be totally game over. If like, let's say you do a DP in the corner, that gives them the corner combo. If they have full bar, that's a critical art combo. If they have V-trigger, you're going to take more damage. So you have to take all these things into consideration. And I think it's really hard to assess risk reward for a lot of people, because in order to truly understand what you're doing, you have to have a complete understanding of the game in general. And I think a lot of us, I can speak for myself, don't have like a good grasp on everything. So things that you might not think is a risk actually is. And that's how you can tell with people who are new to the game, like, or let's take like a silver player. They don't really understand the risk that they're taking. Like something like a jump doesn't feel like a risk when you're low level. You just jump, and if it doesn't work, you get hit a little bit. You're like, I don't care, I'm gonna jump again. That's because you don't. It's not always immediate when you jump, but you jump in and you get a DP. Doesn't seem so bad, but the reward is a giant jump in combo from here, right? But what are the chances? Exactly as Mag said, not just immediate risk, but what happens after that in the following interaction. Exactly, you get knocked down. The pressure's on you now. Even though people don't really get Oki off of an anti-air like that, but actually, like, Akuma is a perfect example with his back fierce. You jump in, you get back fierce into Demon Flip Palm. You just gave me a free Demon Flip Palm, and then now you're in the corner probably too, because the corner carries so much. So you wanted to make one small decision of jumping in, just pressing up forward, boom, in the corner, and now you're in the corner against Akuma. Big, giant risk, with the reward having actually probably been getting blocked. You know, because it's either you anti-air you or don't, unless you read like a fireball or something, or like a random big move. But so what? You have a 70% chance of being anti-aired. You have a 20% chance of them blocking it, and then you have a 10% chance of it hitting, right? So the reward would have been huge on that 10%, and really getting blocked is decent too. So you have like a 40% chance maybe of just not being anti-aired. So if you weigh it out, is that still worth it? Probably less than that. You probably have like 30% chance of something bad not happening. So what was another situation you guys brought up? Because that's a really good one. Oh, for me, actually, one that I keep remembering, Mag, is when Poison was in the corner, and I would do a medium demon flip dive kick, and in my head, I didn't see the risk of what would happen if that didn't work out for me. But when it didn't work out, I got punished big time, because all I could think about was like, well, okay, if I get the hit, I could do stand light kick into EX Tatsu in the corner, big time damage. So the risk was pretty 50-50. But in that situation, is a 50-50 worth it? Should you even put yourself in the 50-50 situation? Mag says, and risk rewards shifts during the match all the time, depending on what options you're presented, resources, screen positioning. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, Akuma is like the craziest example of that. All the power in the world, but if someone knows how to punish your demon flip throw, that's like a full medium combo, and if they have V-trigger, blah, blah, blah.
So you really start to see the risk in the small things that you're doing. How much of a risk is dashing? This is why dashing is such a powerful thing, because if you get a dash stopped, you're probably eating a jab combo. You're eating a jab combo, and the reward on dash is either the pressure of being up close, or you actually get a counter hit or something. So dashing is probably the most, especially early on, beneficial things. Like, you're not getting punished for dashing at a low level. So if you're like a silver player, you should just be fucking, your movement should be just dashing, dude. Mag says, you think about it, the reward in jumping in at Ryu round start versus G round start are completely different. Just dash. If you're having a hard time in silver, just dash. What's another really good situation? I mean, just the demon flip the demon flip in general is like the perennial kind of little risk. Like, if you're a risky Akuma player like myself, you're not risk averse. You're more of a demon flipper. Like, demon flip is the Akuma who's willing to take risks. Unless you're doing demon flip on Oki, but if you're doing demon flip in neutral, you are a risk taker, because that leaves you like you're in the air, and you have to be at a certain level to understand that a demon flip is a risk. You just don't see it as a risk when you're a lower level player. You just demon flip, oh well, I got DP'd, I don't care. You're not looking, you're just seeing the health ticket, I don't care, I'll live. I'll live. But you're not, until you think about like the long-term plan of what your offense getting stopped, you taking damage, everything being completely over because you wanted a demon flip. You know, it's actually not worth it when you think about it. Fireballs, Nakata, good one. Throwing a fireball. I think me and Mag talked about this when I kept saying, like, why would anyone jump at me from a perfect back heavy punch range? Like, I'm standing, he's in the corner, I'm right here, and you're gonna jump in right when I have a back fierce and knock you back into the corner like that. And, you know, the only thing you could say is, like, maybe it wasn't smart for the opponent to jump, but was it smart for me to throw a fireball is the real question, because what's gonna happen if I land the fireball, or if I get a fireball blocked? Okay, a 10 gray health, or whatever, or like a little chip damage. But if it's the wrong time, full jump in combo, full jump in corner, out of the combo, or out of the corner, everything. Like, I lose everything I worked for if this fireball doesn't work, right? Positioning is so important in this game, and it's so easily given up by one wrong decision. And that it goes back to the demon flip, how easily a demon flip cannot work out. It's not about just getting anti-aired from demon flip, but what if you do a shitty EX demon flip and you go on the other side? Right? So you got your opponent in the corner, and I'm here, and I do EX demon flip. I try to do a dive kick just for damage, and I miss a little bit and go behind. I just put myself in the corner for literally no reason. And what was going to happen? He either blocks it, I'm not plus, I use up the bar, he could have anti-aired it, he could V reversal. Like, I don't think about all these things as I'm doing them, and I think people who could really truly hash that out before they do it, like, what's going to happen if I V reversal, or if I EX demon flip here? Like, what's the worst thing that can happen if I demon flip here? Okay, what's the best thing that can happen? Okay, and then what are all these in between things that can happen? I get the hit, I get big combo, he's dead. Boom, round over. Or I miss, which is likely. The hitbox on demon flip dive kick has changed a little bit, so it's easy to miss. And then you're in the corner, and you're not even plus anymore. It's if they react quickly, you're in big trouble. Or they V reversal, or they just block it, and you just wasted a meter for no reason. So I need to think about that a lot more often. I think the people who really, like, Tokido's probably the best at that. Mag says people get really antsy to end things quickly. I think that's most of our underlying issues, and that's big. I think that's a lack of trust in your gameplay. If you're antsy all the time, you're scared that the person's gonna make a comeback, like, and you don't want the person to make a comeback. So you start to get like, I gotta stop this. I don't even want to lose my offense. I don't want to lose my offense. I don't want to play defense. I'm very guilty of that.
They don't use the clock. It's not about just using the clock though, because I mean, you know, the 69-second round, or when a round ends in 69 seconds, the clock's not even a consideration. It has nothing to do with the clock. So I guess you're saying that they don't use the clock is correct, but it's not only that they're not taking advantage of the clock. It's like we're not even acknowledging that the clock is there. So it's like one step more than that, because I don't think people play fast because they have a sense of urgency when the round ends. I think it's just you play at your own tempo. Well, yeah, with some of these characters you gotta try a little harder, Kami. Well, you mean with some of these characters? Okay. I tried. You have to guess for your life with some V triggers. I guess that's what you're saying there. The more confident you are in neutral, the more you're willing to just keep your positional advantage and go back to neutral. Yeah, hell yeah. I can't argue with that. When I have G in the corner and he's almost done, if I don't get this done, I just back off. And what we're not even talking about here is execution errors. What are the chances of you screwing up what you're even trying to do? Like, it just takes one overextension, you know? Oh shit, I just did red fireball. I didn't want to do red fireball. Here I go, I'm gonna get punished. You know? I'm not trying to run into his... Oh yeah, or you accidentally dash forward instead of walk forward, or anything. Something bad could happen right now. You're walking in the edge, right? But some people sprint. Like, that might be a good analogy here. You're on a balcony. You're standing on top of the balcony wall, and some people, you should very carefully go across. You can't be scared of the feeling, but some people want to sprint across to get it done with as fast as possible because they don't trust that a gust of wind's not going to blow them over. So they sprint across instead of taking their time and making sure that every step is good. And you'll get past it eventually. How do you like that analogy? It's not bad, actually. It's, for being top of the head like that, not bad. Ooh, I'm hungry. Yeah, what bad could happen? You know? What bad could happen? And you know how many people, I know this, and it took me a long time to realize, people, I would say in the lower echelon, don't realize how risky sticking out a heavy button is. Like, if you were to tell them, whoa, that's a risk there, they'd be like, what? Like, if they are a, can't say Colleen, nothing is a risk. Okay, like Ryu forward heavy punch. If you were to tell them that's risky, they wouldn't understand why. Like, why would me doing that risky? You know? But you understand, like, if you miss forward heavy punch, forward heavy punch is a perfect example. No book brought that up earlier. Forward heavy punch is a perfect example of something that is more, it's risky on multiple levels. If you don't get it, if you don't space it right or time it right, you're getting punished. If you whip it, you're getting punished. If it's blocked, you're -2. And if it works, which is 20% of the time, you get a combo. So to answer your question, Notebook, I found that I was using forward heavy punch and getting more negative than positive for sure. So even if I lose opportunities because I don't forward heavy punch anymore, I still gain the fact that I'm not putting myself in a negative situation as much. So even if I'm not getting wins that I maybe would have gotten because it would have been a good time to forward heavy punch over a throw tech or something like that, or someone who's very button heavy, I still don't put myself in a -2 situation as much. And -2 has its own little series of risks. If I'm -2, they can throw, they can low, I can EXDP and fucking fail, or I just give them my turn, like, hey, take my turn. So the risk reward is like 20% chance maybe of hitting, and 80% chance of it not going the way I wanted it to go. Forward heavy punch used to be plus 1 on block, which means you were rewarded 70% of the time for using it, 80% of the time for using it. Why do you guys think I use forward heavy punch so much? I was like, it developed to where like, why? I was the first one asking, why is people not using this move? Because people were kind of poking at me for using forward heavy punch so much. Like, why are you using that? It's +1 on block, and I do get a combo on hit and counter hit. I get stand medium kick. The question is, why aren't you using it? And then Sako started using it a lot, and then people are like, oh, Sako using forward heavy punch, so genius. I've been using that, but then, of course, because it's a bullshit move, they regulated it. Same thing with the EX Demon Flip Slide. I think what Capcom sometimes thinks is that people are going to be able to stop moves easier than they're supposed to. So they see EX Demon Flip Slide, and they figure in their head that's a kind of an easy move to stop because the slide comes late, and you can just punish it. But so many people were not punishing it that they figured, okay, well, we can't make this plus anymore because they're getting rewarded for such an easy thing. So forward heavy punch, EX Demon Flip Slide. Now Capcom and Mag says, imagine Capcom thinking Seth's axe kick would be easy to stop. They definitely didn't calibrate that correctly, but I don't think it's totally unfair. So I don't think they have pro players at their disposal to kind of like hash things out like that. And when they see people like Punk just getting destroyed by it, they're like, okay, maybe there is an issue here. You know? It's easy to miss the point when the gain is hard to quantify, like this situation where the gain is being in less of these unfavorable situations. When the payoff is even remotely high, people will just go for the dunk. What were we talking about there? Atrocity? I was literally just talking about throwing out heavy buttons way too often. Yeah, it's a risk. Fang Narenko, the down forward punch move, hacha? Basically a fireball. His poison mine. They tuned Seth to be very strong in this game. Yeah, they don't have a problem with characters being strong. Like Akuma, I feel like they generally don't want people to have super easy options that like think about the risk reward of EX Demon Flip Slide when it was +2. 100, almost 100% reward. Almost 100% reward. The only people that are gonna have stop EX Demon Flip Slide are people who know the counter, and by my experience, that's 1% of people. 1% of people are stopping my EX Demon Flip Slide. That's a bad risk to reward ratio for on a design level. So now we have EX Demon Flip Slide that's -2. That to me is fair because if you miss that, you are now in a -2 situation, but not in a true disadvantage entirely. You're like in a pseudo bad position because if you EXDP, like the character, the opponent has to think about your EXDP a little bit. So there's gonna be a little bit of a mind game there. The counter to EX Demon Flip Slide is just a delay button because it comes so late. Same thing with Kami Slide. That's why Birdie was nerfed. Risk reward on his neutral was extremely skewed. Or let's think about Akuma Stand Medium Kick. Akuma Stand Medium Kick is a weird one because people bitched about it a lot being like the best whiff punish tool in the game, which I actually think Colleen has the best one in the game, combined with her walk speed, back walk speed. But now it's -4. It used to be plus, I think. If I'm not mistaken, when Akuma first came out, I'm pretty sure Stand Medium Kick was plus. But in any case, it was at least -2 at the most. Yeah, so -2. And even so, pretty much you could just stick out Stand Medium Kick. But what they also changed, and people still don't grasp this yet because they think I'm joking around or something, the recovery of Stand Medium Kick is the same, and I'm a dead horse, beating a dead horse, is the same as Bison Stand Heavy Kick. We're talking about a Stand Heavy Kick, the same amount of recovery as Akuma's Stand Medium Kick. This move, the risk reward has been totally revamped. It's still a beautiful move if you use it correctly, but people have to understand that the recovery on that is fucking crazy. Well, I don't know why I can't get that in people's heads. If Akuma Stand Medium Kick and it whiffs, you move in, or you do whatever you want to do.
But I've had jump-in combos happen to me on a stand medium kick. If you're here, if you're in the air and you're here, and I do stand medium kick, I'm getting punished. That shit has like 40 frames of recovery. It's crazy. Not 40, like 26 or something like that. It's crazy. They added risk to that move. They don't do that with all moves. Colleen's stand fierce seems pretty fucking good. Things with skewed risk reward, maybe like Colleen's V trigger system, where it's just free. It's just kind of free, you know? Like she could just get in. G's risk reward. I'm so hungry, you guys. Hold on real quick. Yeah, this is an interesting topic. Things that were initially a risk can change throughout the match, as Mag said earlier. EX Sky High Claw in the corner. Vega's EX Sky High in the Claw in the corner. Major risk. Major risk, moderate reward. But very fast and hard to counter unless you see it coming, right? But when he has V-Trigger, no longer a risk. V-Trigger takes out the risk in some situations. So if you know that EX Sky High Claw in the corner is no longer a risk, that should be like the number one thing you're looking for. What's the low risk here? You can actually V-reversal the V-Trigger after EX Sky High Claw? Really? Wow. That's good to know. Let me lab that. Let's write it down, Mag. Let's write it down. Let's check that out. That's good to know. Kami with the broken English yet the perfect understanding. Yeah, just to hold me over. Just to hold me over. I bet Patty smells good in real life. Damn. This pita bread doesn't smell bad either. I thought he was having a stroke. Dude, Kami's a good player. I haven't seen you in a long time, bro. You must have stopped totally.
Oh, your name's Ramon. You just got fucking doxxed, bro. Ramos, fuck Ramos. That's why I was thinking Carlos. I was mixing up Ramon, Carlos, Ramos. Got you. This is not bad, actually. Wait, is that another GG? Fuck out of here. Was he first? You know what another thing is, Kami, that people don't lab enough? Even I've labbed it before and I still have problems like V reversal in the corner. I still get clipped by fucking stand light kick recovery. I hate that. Like when they recover from their V reversal and then they do stand light kick counter, I still get countered all the time, and I feel like you know. What's up, Lord Bui? Anyway, good topic. Good topic. What song is this? This is called the minigame Miyaki. I don't remember that. It's from Tekken 5 though. Do we get to fighting Sagat, or is there anything you guys would like to talk about self-assessment or risk and reward? What else can we cover about risk and reward? I mean, there are so many situations. Just ask yourself, what would happen if this doesn't work out right? The hard part about that is when you're in a match, you don't have all day to sit there and think, what happens here if this doesn't work out? You don't get to sit there and think about it all day. That's what, you know, experience helps out with, is that you can think to yourself, oh, I remember what happens when I do this shit. I'm not doing EX even flip in the corner again. Taking the throw, that's like a perfect one. The perennial throw tech. Part of my crappy plan was take the throw. Most of the time, taking the throw is a good thing. I would say 80% of the time, you should be taking the throw. There's a 20% thing, and that becomes from when it's going to kill, obviously. And when someone wants to back throw you in the corner, that might be a time, too, when a throw tech might not be the stupidest thing in the world, because you don't want to get back thrown into the corner. So I don't really blame people anymore when I try to throw tech them and they I don't understand why people tech Akuma in the middle of the screen. I'll never get that, but I do it too. I do it too. Miss Patty, I was watching you for a while yesterday. Your gameplay, rather. You play... You are never going to beat Chobo because her gameplay is staying the same and your gameplay is staying the same. And so how can anything ever change? You're still not doing your homework, so everything's going to be the same until you do that one extra assignment. I still see her getting away with so many headbutts that you're not DPing. And just so many things that you're still doing that are just not going to cut it. They're not ever going to cut it. But you know why. Taking a throw can also be a way to condition your opponent because maybe they're more likely to shimmy later. Shimmy-later sounds like I'm saying a simulator. You got it, Stacky. Don't worry, Stacky. I got this, Stacky. Okay, you're spamming my chat. I'm about to fucking ban your ass. There were some sick remixes for this song, too. I'll make you proud, Stacky. Okay, I'll trust you. I'll try to make you proud tonight. I'll try to win an LBC with perfect risk-reward assessment. When I was in high school, detention was called reassessment. I was in there all the time, so it's not that far away. I remember I was in reassessment once, detention, and I ripped the poster off the wall and I made a giant paper airplane and I threw it all the way down the hallway. I can make a pretty good paper airplane. I think Notebook might be the only one who noticed that. Well, what's the risk of going 0-2? Well, there is no risk. Well, you lose $10, but the reward is you're done early and you don't have to worry about this stupid game anymore. Alright guys, here we go. Look at that. Losing like early like that just makes me want to play for the rest of the night. I feel like I gotta redeem myself. Well, the thing is I lose to Art every time, so I feel the same every way. Every time I play, it's just like, okay, can I beat Sim this time or can I not beat Sim this time? You know, because I'm actually doing pretty well otherwise. I'm doing pretty. I beat Chris Hu last time. Who did I lose to? Who sent me to losers last week? Flux. Ah, yeah. Yeah, see, it's these archetypes that are getting me. I don't think it's always the player. For Art, it's the player, but the archetype. Yes, I can beat Flux. I got fucked up there mentally. I wasn't mentally prepared for that. I thought I was. But that matchup requires a lot of risk-reward assessment for sure. Under high stress situations. What do you want from me? I told you guys why that happened, right? Because I wanted to be like, yo, you fucking bitch. Oh, you suck my ass, bastard. But I just like refrained. Because I didn't want to say shit like that. V-Trigger 2, baby. I knew it, Rich. Damn, if I pulled V-Trigger 2 and weaseled out a win like that, I wouldn't feel bad. I'd feel good. I'd feel good. Yeah, no, I would feel good about that. This is a world of weasels. Who said who do you think you are? Is that Bowler? I don't know what his name is. Oh no, Rich, you are absolutely right. It's an actual strat. If I did that against him, he would press buttons on my dive kick. It would be wrong, and I would get him in the corner, and he would have to deal with the fireball into EX red fireball pressure. You could weasel people with it. You could weasel. Or imagine if I did
Like, for example, if I V-skill P'd his whip into teleport and I'm right next to him, I've been having, you know, I'm no stranger to promiscuous dreams. Actually, the CPT, my very first match in CPT was against a Grandmaster Ed, and I weaseled him out with V-Trigger 2. But real talk, is V-Trigger 2 something to lab and weigh the pros and cons? V-Trigger 2, you should be able to learn, you should be able to know how to use it, in my opinion. Just in case. Like, I think Tokido, if Tokido picked V-Trigger 2, he would know how to use it, you know? Is Weasel different than gambling? For me, Weaseling is doing stuff with just the hope that your opponent doesn't know how to handle it. Like, you just hope that you're banking on the fact that they don't know how to handle it. That's what I dump into the Weasel category. Who's that one Diamond Akuma who only uses BT2? I don't know. I thought you were going to mention Hanky Panky Dream about your CPT adventures. Wait, you could mods can time out other mods? Oh, Kevin Mullen-Chili's not a mod? Oh shit. Oh shit. Almost everyone in here is a fucking mod. I feel like I have to make Stone a mod too. Damn. Pity mod. Well, I mean, actually, I've never been betrayed by a mod before. I will say, as I mentioned before, I was in Zaffarino's stream, and he should get rid of that mod. Whoever was in there, I can't remember what his name was, but Zaffarino, if you're in here by chance, you have a whack ass mod in there. This dude talked shit to me. I talked shit back. I roasted his ass. And then he banned my ass. Or he timed me out for like 600 seconds and then said, hey, got him. And then I left, bro. And I don't know if I'm coming back. Little pussy bitch, whoever that was. Ban me IRL. Got him. Little booty licker. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. Oh yeah. So no, I'm not gonna be straight up with you. The thing is, forget it. Yeah, anyway, I don't remember what this guy's name is, but I will know it if I see it in the chat.
But he probably wouldn't come in my chat anyway, which is why he felt okay with frickin' banning my ass or timing me out, bitch. Was he a Kuma player? I have no idea who he was. I've never seen him before. He is a Zaf mod though. Can you see the list of people's mods? Can I do mod list? Or mod list. Or mod list. I don't know. Yeah. If they're in the chat, you can look at the viewers. Oh yeah, that's right. Damn, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know, this is a good thing. I have 15 mods in here right now. But I remember when I got trolled hard. Do you guys remember this? I was playing a laggy G player, and things were just going to hell, right? This guy comes in the chat. Oh yeah, and this kid was like spamming me with bits. So I'm getting spammed with bits. Boom, 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 boom. And then this guy comes in here and starts trolling me. Boom, boom, boom. Like, so, boom, at the same time, like, I don't think the guy who was giving me bits was trying to troll me. Or I don't know what his goal was. I don't know what he was doing. Bit. And another guy, gay. Boom, 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 boom. And then I'm trying to play this laggy G player, and he was lagging because my bit alerts were going crazy. So it's like boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, please, someone ban this son of a bitch. And I didn't have one mod in here. Not one. So now I got 15. So the moment anyone says shit, auto ban. I almost got LTG in there. GTA bits. No one clipped. No, it was crazy. I didn't want to relive that ever again, so I'm glad no one clipped it. It was one of the most horrible experiences on stream, because it was, imagine the embarrassment. Okay, so I'm losing to this G. Oh, who was it? It was someone I hate too. The G player was someone I hate. Anyway, so I'm losing on here, so I don't like that. I'm getting ransacked with bits, and I got this guy talking shit in the chat. And I'm saying, hey mods, can you get rid of this guy? And nobody does. So I have no control on the screen. I got no control of my stream. I got no control of the chat. Oh, it was awful. It was awful. Hey, mods, ban this bitch. No one came. I was all alone. So it's pretty crazy. But now there should always be one mod in here somewhere. At least one. I should have at least 6 at all times, in case one of you guys are working. Let's see how many mods I have total. Nuts, Mike Parmesan, Streamlabs, Nightbot, Avery 2D Goddess, Glorious Demon Godface, Quiggy, Kimte, 334 Rocky, Gallic. Oh, I haven't seen Gallic in a while. Sevens, Minxie Meow, Moo FTC, Rama Namaste, The Real Pyro 2468. What happened to him? Peripheral, Paximus Max Waximus, Notebook, CJ Grayson, Consecrate, Jazz in the House, Arshiro, Mylin. Yuck, why do I have Mylin on there? AE36 Callisto, Delta Red, Yazzie, Demon EX, Kakarot, Kakarot _ Sword of Human, Nakata Zanku, Glitter, Patty, Chobo, Sanford, Cool Kid for some reason, Sanford again, Rich, Mag, BDN Jr., Kevin Malone, St. Colo Stone. No, not _ Kakarot, and then Kakarot _ because he's got 2 accounts on there. But Gallic, I remember him, man. Quiggy used to be in here a lot too. Who is the real pyro for me to want to actually and Mylin too. Oh yeah, no, that's because Mylin came in here. Everyone was like, why is Mylin not a mod? I don't know, because I've never seen him in my life. I mean, why not just make him the president of the stream? Yeah, Rich9219.
No hard feelings after yesterday? Are you saying for me or for you? It's my phone number. Please call me. My area code is 414 and I don't live in Milwaukee. You guys know the first 3 digits to my phone number. 414. You can guess the rest. Mylan is cool. I only know them from their lore play, and how can I come to that conclusion? Minus 518, guess the rest, bitch. 518-261-9219. We got rid. We got him. We got him. Dude, I'm gonna call you and say that your car insurance is like compromised or something for sure. You guys ever watch those YouTube videos where people are like scamming the scammers? I love that shit. Alright, I need to eat some walnuts. Here's what you guys want to see my phone. I leave nothing as a secret to you guys. Oh, I have a new Chulak pledged to me, man. Chulak. I appreciate the fuck out of that, bruh. Am I a real man? No. It is an S6. That is a most astute observation. Look at me with my Pokemons. Am I man enough to finger scroll through my gallery with you guys right here? Let me see. No. I don't want you guys to get an accidental shot of undercock or something like that, so we'll just leave that at that. It is what it is. Keep your Pokemans. Yeah, I don't really play Go, although I'm 1/2 level away from level 40, like the max level. I don't know if that means anything. But I just play very gradually, and I'm almost level 40, so I figured, well, if I'm almost level 40, that's like being the max level in something's kind of cool. You know? What's the most incriminating picture on my phone? Let's see here. You guys would probably think my sister is kind of a babe. She's kind of actually just like a female version of me for you nasty perverts, if that's your thing. Sister just got here.
Jaren doesn't say much, but every time he does, it kind of makes me laugh a little bit. I just have pictures on here. Oh, here's oh, you guys have probably already seen this. Me and Tokido. I'll always treasure that moment. I'm so much my shoulders are so much more broad than his. Don't ever come up to me in real life. You can beat my ass in the game. I will roast your ass in real life. Oh, okay. So I don't really oh, but there's nipples in here. Before I left work, these were me and my coworkers. And they got me so high, and I was just out of my fucking mind. And they all thought it was the funniest thing. Look. First of all, look at those ears. Second of all, look at that bitchin' ass hair. Look at. I don't know what's worst actually. My brother. Look at those ears. I'm just a breeze of wind away from just flying right out of the picture. And my brother, I don't know if he ever thought about shooting up a school or something like that. But if I told you, if I said, you want to see the school shooter, and you'd be like, yeah, who shot up that school? I'd be like, and you'd be like, oh yeah, okay, that's him for sure. Yeah, that's him. So yeah, that sucks. Oh yeah, or if I told you this guy shot up at school. What if I told you that he was the shooter? Look at this. Oh shit. Look at this hair though, dude. Look at. Oh, that's my sister. That's my other sister. Look at that hair. That's sick, bro. I used to wear a trench coat notebook. Oh, you guys want to see me hanging out with a bunch of black people? You can try to find me, you know? I had the time of my life there. Try to find me. Do you guys see where I am? I bet, because I kind of blend in a little bit, you know? I blend in a little, so you might have to look. I have a friend who's such a, I don't know if that's considered nudity. I have a friend who's such a good artist, guys. The person who drew, like, the head right here in the bottom left, right here, and my card and all that is this person. This person is like a legit artist, bro. And you see that model? That model is after my body image, actually. Not my hips, though. I'll check. I think some of you guys have seen this before, too. Yeah, that was my first concert I ever gone to, Stone Sour. This is at a Stone Sour concert. My brother clearly having the time of his life down there. So that's kind of... Oh, you guys want to see a bunch of turtles? Hey, Ostermaid. Holy shit, man. Dang. I haven't seen you in a while, bro. Hope all is well with you. Work is probably the same for you, pretty much. Let's see what else I got for you guys. Okay. Oh, I miss Combo Breaker so much. Here's me trying to, I think, oh yeah, I couldn't find my fucking brother. My brother's got the backwards hat right there, and I was telling him, bro, I couldn't find your ass, and he almost lost him. He almost got DQ'd because he was out screwing around at Combo Breaker on stream, bro. Come on.
I think that's all the pictures I have for you guys today. So that was fun. I just need a few more walnuts, guys. I'm fucking starving. Ostermade. Lomachenko. I'm still not over that, man. He lost everything. Yeah, he had a shoulder injury, but the long story short was, when you're a smaller guy like that and you know, and you're about to fight a lightweight who is known for knocking people the fuck out, people say, oh, he should have been more active. You ever been knocked the fuck out before? Because I haven't. But I wouldn't want to start there, you know? Hey, what's up, Asta? When I was like 20 years old, all my friends and I are in a van because I was homeless at the time, and we were sharing like this Dr. Pepper Everclear mix. I might have told this story before. Just a straight big ass 7-Eleven cup of Everclear and Dr. Pepper. We're just sipping like crazy. I'm like this at some point, right? These crackheads, well, they were on coke, I think, show up to the van because this is where we hung out all the time, and this guy's like, hey, you want a box? And I was like, no. But then everyone's like peer pressuring me because I was known for taking up fights like that. Like, I would just do it. Like, you want a box? I'm like, no. I'm so fucking drunk right now. And everyone like peer pressure, like, come on, bro, you can do this, bro. Come on. Oh yeah, come on. You know, whatever. Let's do this, whatever. And I say, I peer pressured me to do it. I said, fine, let's go. On my way to under the bridge where we went, I barfed all over the street. Blah! And then I was like, oh, I feel better. I'm good to go now. Because I felt like the liquid courage plus feeling good after puking. Because you ever puke and just everything feels right with the world? That's kind of where I was at. So, then we get, and this guy probably outweighed me by like, I don't know, like 70 pounds or something like that. But he was like overweight. I wasn't that scared. But before the fight started, I was like, ooh, okay. The adrenaline, when you have high adrenaline in a fight, when you're super drunk, I feel like you have like 10 seconds before the drunkenness kicks back again. So I think when you get to a certain level of adrenaline, you can kind of override certain things. So at first I was super alert. I'm like, oh man, this guy's going down, right? And immediately I scuffle right in, and I can't really recall, but I remember getting like a 1-2 on him, and everyone go, oh, and I scuffled in, and bah. Everyone's like, oh. And then as soon as I backed up and kind of like wanted to like regain the position, go back to neutral, then the alcohol, I don't know if my adrenaline went down right after that, but the alcohol started like waving me again. I'm like, whoa. Like I was like, oh shit, okay, here we go. Now I'm in for some shit. And I started to get uncoordinated, and this big guy just goes, boom. I didn't see it coming. Kaboom! And this is what I do. Whoa! I go flying all the way back, but I don't fall. But I go flying back at least like 15 feet. Like, whoa! And I remember it's still up in there. I'm like, okay, let's do this. But after I got punched, my eyes were still wavy. And I remember saying like, bro, I can't focus right now. We gotta stop doing this. And thankfully, he like respected my decision, but it hurt my reputation. That's the first time I ever was in like in a fight and I had to like give up, you know, or like say there was no possible way for me to say that I won that fight, because you know if you get in fights with people and there's no clear winner, you can just say you won or whatever. But when you have to say like I can't do this, it takes a piece out of you, and that was like, that was what really kind of like established my mortality. Like, I could have been in real danger had he just not wanted to give up. Maybe because this guy was big. I don't think he was technically skilled and very not strong for his size. He was just big. So he went boom and cracked me, and I was like so fucking drunk. I feel like if I wasn't drunk, I would have taken this guy out. But Asta asked, what about if someone breaks up? Well, then you win in your head. You know, it's not about winning. It's about not losing, you know? First boxer to lose by Everclear. Yeah, so that was an interesting time. That was the first time I ever had to, like, because I used to box with my friends all the time. And, just like in Street Fighter, you know how like when you're better than all your friends, you think you're the shit? That's how I was when I was able to outbox my friends. So I just thought I was immediately like the toughest person in the world. You know, you remember that? Like you play at home and you just think you're so sick because you can beat your neighbor. But then you go out into the real world and you actually hop in a boxing ring, you just get fucking smoked, and you're like, oh, I know nothing.